welcome back. So of course, you know, I'm going to start off this service with our leave-in conditioner. Then I'm going to continue with the blow dry cream for the client because I'm going to blow dry her hair as straight as possible. This has been a very popular requested video. I've had a lot of people reach out to me on what is the most proficient way to blow dry natural hair, and also what is the proper way to trim natural hair. I know you guys have been on here and you see people post up videos of different ways of what they call dusting, but this is how I prefer to blow dry and trim natural hair. So here you see that I section the hair from ear to ear. I like to start off with a nape. I'm going to detangle the hair with a wide tooth comb just to make sure I get all the tangles out, making it very easy to blow dry. As you can see, I'm going to be using a paddle brush for this service to blow dry her hair. I start off at the ends of the hair just to make sure I get all the tangles out, because once you have the ends straight and get the tangles out from the ends, you can move your way up the shaft of the hair to the roots, and it makes the blow dry process so much easier. I know you guys have heard me say this 1,000 times, but I promise you, if you start at the ends of the hair and work your way up, it'll make the blow dry process so much easier. See me add a little tension to the hair while I go in on medium heat with the blow dryer, just to make sure I diffuse the roots, get all the water out. A lot of times with natural hair, we hold a lot of water in our roots, and you see me here just making sure that all the water is out. Following the same process I did before, my next section, I'm going to part her hair from temple to temple in workable sections. I'm going to clip away the top. Same thing as before, I'm going to detangle the ends. And once the ends are detangled, I'm going to go in with the blow dryer and the paddle brush and do it just like I did the first section. Working with the next manageable section, you see me parting out the hair again. It's very important to work in sections that you can manage. Everyone's head shape is different. The density, the thickness of the hair is different. So it's very important that when you're blow drying the hair, that you partition the hair in workable sections. The sections that are manageable for me may not be manageable for you. This is just like a blueprint on how I go about blow drying natural hair and what works for me. Like before, nothing new here. All I'm doing is taking the last section, detangling the hair from the ends, working my way up. And now I'm going to go through the client's hair with the paddle brush, the paddle brush and the blow dryer for the last section. So once again, on medium heat, I'm going to go through her entire hair with the blow dryer to diffuse the roots, ensuring that her roots are dry. I want to make sure the client has no wet spots. And rather than taking the chance of using the paddle brush too close to the roots and burning the client with the blow dryer, I rather go in and just diffuse it, ensuring I get everything. Now that her hair is completely dry, I'm going to continue on to the trim. Looking at her hair, you can see that she has a breakage in the middle. This client wears a lot of protective style, and unfortunately what happens sometimes is the middle of your hair can get eaten out by the braids because it is the softest part of your hair, which is the middle back. Okay, so similar to the blow dry, I'm going to start off by parting her hair from ear to ear. With my trims, I like to start at the nape of the hair and then work my way up. Now I'm going to section the hair in 3. I like to start my trim by beginning in the center back of the head. You'll see me clip off that area, and then I move on to the left. The reason why I start in the center is because the center back of the hair is typically the shortest. Usually the hair grows longer on the side backs, and in the middle it'll be shorter because that hair, as I said before, is a very softer texture and more susceptible to breakage. Now I'm going to move up to the next section, which is typically temple to temple. I go around the head similar to the way I blow the hair out is how I part it out for my trims. And I like to do about 3-inch sections when I do my part across from the section before it or underneath it, because that's about the size of my fingers. So I like to work sections that are the size of my fingers to guarantee that I get a continuous cut throughout. So now I'm parting out my next section. Again, I like to start in the middle and work my way from side to side. You see me measure the hair out. I definitely pull some from the section underneath it. And what I do is I measure out to the shortest. So whatever it is underneath, I'll go up and just clip it to even it to the section underneath, if that makes sense. Just keep watching and you'll get what I'm saying. Okay, so now I'm going to the next side. I'm going to try to explain it again, what I do. All right, so I take some hair from the section underneath, and I take some hair from the section to the right that I already trimmed. And then what I do is I clip the new section to meet both. So you see here on the side how the hair starts to fall underneath. That's when I know where I'm going to start to clip. And I also use the section before it as a guide. So I take about 1/2 inch from the section before and about 1/2 inch from the section underneath. And where they meet is where I clip. now I'm going to take a little section from the back and then the section from the side and just trim it to ensure that the back and the sides are even. Continuing up the head, I'm going to part out the crown, and you'll see me leave that center area. I like to work in like a U part until I get all the way to the top to ensure that the hair is trimmed evenly. So wherever I am in the front on the left, my part is gonna meet the same area on the right. Just how I did it in the previous section, I'm going to take some hair from the bottom and bring it to the top, and I'm going to trim off the excess. As you could tell, I'm really taking my time with this video. I didn't speed it up because this is supposed to be a very detailed tutorial on how to trim natural hair. Okay, so here you see me take some, maybe like a ½ inch from the section before, and then maybe another inch from the section behind it. I measure it out and trim off the excess hair. Going around the head the same way like how I did it before. I took some section, maybe a ½ inch from the section before it, and about a ½ inch from the section underneath that I already trimmed, and where they meet is where I trim. Now I'm in the last section, and I am just going to part it in 3. So I'm going to slice off one section. I'm going to pull some from the left, some from the right, and I'm going to trim the hair where they meet. Similar to before, I'm going to take some hair from the left, from the right, and now I'm going to take some from the bottom, the section I just cut, and I'm going to measure those out, and I'm going to trim the hair where they meet. Now that I'm at the last section, I'm going to take some of the hair from the section before that I trimmed, because if you go from side to side when you get to the very front, it might be shorter, because a lot of us, we experience breakage by our temples. So of course the hair that's in the middle is not going to be the same length as the hair on the temple. Okay, so now just to check my cut, what I'm doing is I like to just pull section from like the ears to the crown and just check the layers to make sure it flows. As you can see here, I'm just doing a little cleanup on the ends. Nothing major, just again, like I said, just wanting to ensure that the hair flows when it falls. It falls in layers and there's no hair that was like not trimmed. Well, here you have it, guys, a detailed tutorial on how I do my blow dry on natural hair and trim. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.